Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Katie from Mitza Creek Farm. Owen and Beck are getting this temporary pasture line here wrapped up. Actually, Owen is doing that right now. Beck is weed whipping a path for the fence to be moved to, like I said in the previous video, to the north side of our property. So the cows will be going there next. So right now we just locked them up over into here so that we can get this fence down and get it moved to over there. We had rain early yesterday morning. We had about 1/10 of an inch. The rain gauge is at 0.11. Not nearly enough, but oh man, we woke up and it was foggy out and cool and beautiful, and it felt like everything was just taking a sigh of relief. And today is cold and windy, high of 68 today, which, believe it or not, this is kind of normal for beginning of June in our area. So it feels like we're kind of on temperature or on track for normal temperatures now. And the wind, not quite normal, but that's okay. If it keeps the mosquitoes off, that's like a huge answer to prayer, and it's making it less miserable for everybody. So you can see behind me, everybody's laying down except for Handsome. They are content because yesterday evening we cut down tons of buckthorn, which is an invasive tree species, way over there where Owen is. And so we had everybody in early this morning. They were all getting their fill on what was left of the trees that they couldn't reach up above their head. And so we had everyone out grazing, and then we just put them back in. And so now they're just resting and enjoying the cool and the sunshine. So it's nice to hear them quiet and content for a little bit. Once they realize we start running fence for this area though, they'll all get up and come to the fence line and start mooing at us because they want to get in here. But this is gonna be quite a big area for them to go in, and so hopefully it lasts quite a few days. You can see Beck is up there. Where is he? Oh, he's right behind a dead tree. You should be able to see his orange helmet somewhere in there, but he is weed whipping a fence line for us. They got the brush cut and everything. So we are going to get them moved in here next. While they are working on that, I am planting bush pumpkins out in front of the high tunnel because of the wind. My ground cover keeps blowing up, so it's kind of been a hassle, but I have a good chunk of the bush pumpkins planted, so that feels like we're making progress there too. So we're making progress. I'm very grateful we're having this cool stretch so we can get lots of these projects done. I thought I was ahead of the game when we were laying this ground cover and we ran drip line at the same time, but when I came out this morning, all of this ground cover here, this is all new stuff, was ripped up and way over there against the greenhouse, and all of the drip tape was kind of ripped up with it. So what I ended up doing is the pumpkins that I had planted yesterday evening, they were all doing okay, but I went and I stapled the drip tape down. We just had it tacked kind of on each end, and so what I did is I stapled it down and got it all stapled at every hole or every other hole, and got that running because that weight will also help, and the staples all obviously help as well. So we got 2 run all the way down and on, and you can see that these 2 pieces of ground cover here are nice and tight to the ground now, and these ones are still kind of blowing in the wind. So as I continue planting down here, I'll put staples in, and then that'll keep that down. Need to do a couple more along the edges where it seems to be catching in the wind. But I think as long as I just kind of keep going, that we'll be doing okay. and nothing will get ripped up. See all these flags here? There's a couple of reasons for this. One is to keep birds and deer away. Second is to label what they are. And so those are icicle, and all the way up to the top are icicle. So at the start and stop of each variety, I put flags so that I know everything in there is icicle. And this starts blue ice. There's a row. Oh, this little guy got blown under. See, that burns the plant when they're under like that. But so these three here, those three, and those three are blue ice. So they just kind of work their way down like that. So the start and stop of each group of plants, or each variety of plants, will have flags. That way, when I have a customer say that they want a bunch of a certain type, I'm able to find them a lot easier. Over here, the mums are doing well, and they seem to be growing good. My pumpkins were getting a little bit thirsty, so I have them soaking in some water. And while they are perking up, I'm gonna go see how the boys are doing. You can see the cows will be right next to the high tunnel. That makes me a little bit nervous because the calves are getting a little bit adventurous. There's two of them that kind of seem to be wanting to see what's on the other side of the fence, and every once in a while they'll find where there's only 3 strands of electric fence. Like if we run out partway through the 4th line, we'll have a spot where there's only 3 strands, and they will find where it kind of has a little bit of give in it, and they will get out. So, but I told Owen that we have to do this all 4 strands. We can't just hope that they stay in with 3. And so if we're using, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this is metal, they call it like airline wire or something. And it's a whole bunch of twisted wires together. And it's like really strong. You can get it really tight. So we're doing those for the top 2. Seeing how big this is, it's probably going to be 2.5 rows, and then the rest we will do in our regular poly wire. This is where we grew pumpkins last year. You can see the outline. And then it cuts through here. So they'll have all of this. Hello. How's it going? You got 2, did it do 2 full lines?
Almost 2.
Almost 2. Ooh, they're gonna love this. It's nice and cool in here. We'll probably need to do another step-in post right here just because it seems kind of loose. They are gonna love this. So you can see this is where we have grazed them before, and that is where we haven't. They've never grazed here. They've been in here once this spring, back in early May. So we're gonna let them eat all of this, and this goes way back. It goes all the way down to that corner. Just eyeballing this, I'm guessing it's about 2 acres. It's definitely bigger than 1. So maybe if I'm on the conservative side, 1.5. And because we are putting up permanent perimeter fence through this area, that's why we're moving them from there to here. We are gonna have them graze it down extra low, just like we did up there. And then that way we can get the 4-wheeler and the field fencing and everything in easier without us killing ourselves walking over ruts and trees and going through the brush and all of that. So we're using him to do both as kind of like a multi-purpose, get it grazed down so that we can walk through there easier, and food for them as well. Well, check. Honey's ready to go. You can open it wider, hon. Patches, come on. Patches. Hi guys. You gonna test it right now? The other two went running right for Handsome. So I have quite a few pumpkins planted. They go all the way down there. And these are all decorative pumpkins. Most of them are edible, but what I am doing is I am saving the edible ones for over there to keep them separate so that picking is a lot easier. And when we set things up in the fall, I can have a trailer with edible that I know, like the pie pumpkins, that kind of stuff on it. I still have quite a few bush pumpkins left to plant, obviously. I'm guessing I'm about half done with the bush pumpkins that I started. I might not get to the ones that I have seed for, that I was going to plant the seeds directly. We'll see. And then I have trellises that I need to set up and get those transplanted. And then I have a few more medium vines that I'm going to stick out by the Christmas trees at the end of those rows. Fingers crossed that this keeps them for quite a while. If we could get 7 days is pushing it, but if we could get 7 days, that would be wonderful. 5 days would be really good. So today is Sunday, June 11th. So we will probably be starting to set up a new pasture way up on, or way down on the south side of the property. If this does not hold up very long, we'd be looking at like probably Wednesday. Hopefully it lasts longer than that. Hopefully we get a lot of rain in between now and then and we don't have to put them up there. But that is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in and we'll see you guys next time.